All right, Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Brakak Radash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the Spirit, and peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp, and I'm here with a quick video. And I want to cut to the chase. Certain brothers did videos concerning the conversation between Fat Man Scoop and Slim Thug about the vaccines and the COVID-19. Elder Yashawamba was one video that I watched, and he just used a snippet of the conversation to open up his lesson, but it wasn't directly pertaining to this conversation that these two guys had. Then the brother from the GMS Watchman, he whoever that is, I'm not sure who conducts that page, but he had took a portion of the conversation and he just put it up on the page. Now, the rapper Slim Thug had said he's not a conspiracy theorist, and this video ain't gonna be to go in on him, but it is to go in on the fact that there's a lot of people that still take that stance, which is they're not a conspiracy theorist, meaning they don't believe in the whole New World Order, Illuminati talk. I'll just say it like that. That's and the reason why they don't believe in it. Some just don't want to believe in it because it's just too horrifying to they don't even want to deal with that. They want to just focus on the life that we lived, meaning before this pandemic started, this COVID-19 situation. They just want to continue on going about their life as it was before this pandemic. That they don't want to hear about this extreme, horrifying talk. That just no, they don't want to hear about that. Then you got others that just simply believe it's no way that there's people on the earth that will want to do this. It's just too far-fetched for somebody to want to do these type of things. And the rapper Slim Thug, he had said, I don't believe Bill Gates want to kill me. He spends too much of his fortune to help people, something like that, to be worried about my black ass or my broke ass. I think that's what he said. And that's because him, as well as anybody else out there that don't know what's up, at least with this New World Order that is real, or their attempt to set up a New World Order, that's real deal Holyfield. That's you got books about it. I mean, you got whistleblowers that came out with this information. Like, if you don't know that's real, that's a real attempt by the global elites, then you beyond lost, at this point. And for you to believe that that's just something that's just too far-fetched or to happen, then you don't, for one, you must don't know history. You ain't even paid attention to basic history, or you're not bringing it to mind. The track record of the so-called white man, the MO of the so-called white man, And I'm gonna hit some scriptures here in a minute. Our people they gotta know who the enemy is, that they got an enemy and who the enemy is. And they should know by now that the so-called white man is definitely our number one enemy on this planet Earth. Public enemy number one, the so-called white man, which his biblical name is Esau, the father of the Edomites. And yes, they are our enemy, and they've done nothing but lie to us. They've done nothing. Your enemy is not going to tell you the truth. Your enemy is going to lie to you. And by the way, the enemy, the so-called white man, he also goes by the title, according to the scriptures, the wicked. And that's according to Job 9:24. Also, Malachi, Malachi 1, I believe the third or the fourth verse. Okay? It tells you that Esau should be the border, will be called a border of wickedness. Edom will be called a border of wickedness. Okay? It say, Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Yeah, he lied and said he covered up the true depiction of the Lord, who the world ignorantly knows as Jesus. Okay, which his true name is Yahushua. He covered up that depiction and put up a white. And that depiction is based upon, the true depiction is based upon the scriptures. Okay? The scriptures give the description of how our Lord looked. And they covered that up and put up a white image. So what is that? A so-called white image. Okay? That's a lie. So this man is known for lying, you know? He's known for lying. Oh, let's deal with the Tuskegee experiment, which happened in Tuskegee, Alabama. And y'all can, I'm not going to go into the specifics and details on it, but that whole thing was a lie. It was a medical lie. The United States public healthcare lie. Yeah, check that out. Supposedly they were supposed to help, which if you look at it, if you look at the videos and the information, they'll tell you that they did an experiment on 600 men to see, and out of the 600 men, 399 of them tested positive for syphilis. Which how the hell we know that they didn't inject them with the syphilis? And then they let them, for a span of 40 years, they let these men go on untreated with syphilis, but the lie was they were supposed to be treating these men because they for bad blood. You see? So they were administering these pseudo treatments, which just means pseudo just simply means false. Okay, a lie. So they were giving them placebos, basically, and it wasn't doing shit. But the whole thing was a fucking lie. I'll stop to talk on that, but it was a big medical lie. They said they were gonna be treating these people, and they wasn't treating them, administering them whatever the hell they were giving the men. What about the rape, robbery, and murder of the so-called Negroes? What about the rape, rob, murder of the so-called Native American Indians? Okay, did not they put smallpox in their blankets? Okay, so the number one terror of the earth is the so-called white man. He's the number one terrorist of the earth. Okay? So for one to say, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, because for the simple fact that, that's just too far-fetched, that stuff that y'all talking about, then you're a damn dummy, And let me bring a couple of scriptures out. This is Psalms 58:1. It says, "Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do you judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart he worked wickedness. They wait." And you know what? Let me jump to the third verse and just bring out this one verse. Really. Psalms 58:3. It says, "The wicked are estranged from the womb." Who are the wicked? The wicked are the so-called white people, these Edomites. And you don't determine an Edomite based on their skin color. You determine that based upon their spirit. Okay? The book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, say the soul which is in him is not upright. Okay? I mean, this man's spirit is fucked up. Because he's wicked. He ain't right. But he's the opposite of right, which is wicked, which is unrighteous. The way one is right is by adhering to the law, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures. Righteousness is the right. To be righteous is to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, now if you unrighteous, that means you dead set against these laws, statutes, and commandments. And Esau he proves it, But back to the scripture, Psalm 58:3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. You see? So they are, let me read verse 4. It says their poison is like the poison of a serpent. Yeah, they also known as the serpent in the scriptures. What is this? Well, serpent represents wisdom, okay? But this serpent can also, it can represent one that's wise, that understands, and it represents being a liar, a sneaky, conniving liar. It says they are like a deaf adder that stop at the ear, but that's it on that. So the so-called white man is a goddamn liar. So for like Slim Thug shit, and you got a lot of other people out there, even though there's a lot of jakes that caught on to Esau's bullshit. They don't trust him, and they do believe in the New World Order. They don't look at it as a conspiracy theory. There's still a lot of our people, and a lot of people in general, a lot of nations that they don't believe in it. Like I say here in America, got a lot that do, a lot that don't. Yeah, so back to what I was saying, like to say that, I don't believe Bill Gates want to kill me. Well, Bill Gates is not operating in his own with his own power and authority. Okay? So it ain't Bill Gates. It ain't like Bill Gates is up here. It ain't no Bill Gates is bought and paid for to push an agenda. All right? And if you don't know that, then you fucking stupid. And the scriptures call our people sottish children, which means stupid. Okay? Because it's easy to get over on a nigga. All right? They don't check nothing out. They don't do no research. Yeah, but to say I don't believe Bill Gates want to kill me through a vaccine and all this, then, you're not paying attention. And you really a dummy. Because this man has shown that through his track record that he's about lying, that he's about killing, and they've done it under the banner of the United States of America. They've lied. They've lied in the medical industry. This whole medical setup is a fucking lie. They're not into treating people, and to believe that medicine works. The scriptures tell us true medicine comes from the earth. Okay? Now these chemicals they cook up, yeah, they may fix the problem that you're having. Well, they don't fix the problem you're having because if you got to keep taking medication, then that means that medicine ain't working. What it's doing, though, it's putting a Band-Aid on the symptoms and creating a lot of side effects. That's what their medicine does. It don't heal you. Okay, if it heal you, you won't have to continually take this medicine. Right? I believe that dude, Slim Thug, said he take a pill a day for blood pressure. For blood pressure reasons. And the reason why people are sick in the first goddamn place is because this man has polluted the earth. The air, the food, the water. That's where the sickness is coming from. So he's creating a goddamn problem. Now, let me go to another couple of verses and I'll close this video. Yeah, for one to say that the new world of being a conspiracy theorist, that means you just on some extreme. That stuff that you talking about is extreme and it's far-fetched. Like that could never happen because it's like it's never been done before. Yeah, this man has murdered and raped and robbed in the name of Christianity. This man has done nothing but lie, rape, rob, and murder. We don't even have to go into the accounts. There's too much information out there. Too much history to show the track record of this man. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10, and I'm going to read verse 11. It says, never trust thine enemy. Right. The Edomites are our enemy. The so-called white man, if you don't know him as an Edomite, he's shown that he's our enemy in the form of the government, in the form of these medical institutions, or the whole medical industry, period. Okay? Through locking us up, planting drugs in our neighborhoods and then locking us up for it. You know? That's something that the devil would do, because this man is the fucking devil. Never trust thine enemy. So if your enemy say, hey, I got something for you, it's going to help you out, you're not supposed to trust that. It says, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Let me see. Right, because iron is going rust. That's what it does. So the so-called white man can't tell the truth. He can't stop being wicked if his life depended on it. Okay? Because he was created to be wicked. Just as iron was I'll just say was created to rust. That's what happens to iron. It gets rusty. Okay? It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Because the so-called white man is notorious for that. He can put on a sad face. He can put on a sympathetic face and tell you, I'm sorry and I'm here to help. Right? And thou should be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, which is a mirror, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. Right, because, we're going back to if you go back to the ancient days, their mirrors were made out of iron and different types of metal rust, right? So if you clean that mirror off real good, it would look as if, there's no more rust present. And you got a good mirror to look into, a looking glass, right? But if you take a real good look and get up close on it and look, you'll still see that there's rust there. And that's the same thing with the so-called white man. If you take a good look at him, you can still see this man hasn't changed. He's not here to help. He's still that same fucking devil. Okay? He's still the same one that committed rape, rob, and murder on the so-called Negroes through the transatlantic slave trade, through hardcore slavery. Did the same thing. He committed genocide on the so-called Native American Indians. Okay? Yes, he's done those treacherous acts on the earth, and he hasn't changed. He still will do those. He still does those things. Okay? He still does those things to this very day, man. So I'm going to end it right there. Lord willing, this video was edifying and exhorting unto the Spirit. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the Spirit, and peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.